Next, moving on to exercise number 4.2. So this particular 4.2 deals with the scientific notation. So this scientific notation is especially used in physics and chemistry to represent the numbers, so which are very large as well as very small. So if you want to represent a number which is very large, so to count the number of zeros, so it becomes very difficult by looking at the question, right? So if it is written in scientific notation or standard form, so here in this text we call it as standard form, so whereas in physics and chemistry we call it as scientific notation. So if you are having it in the form of scientific notation, so by looking at the notation itself you can understand so how many zeros are there, or so how many zeros are present after the decimal point, right? So in this particular scientific notation, so if you observe, so any number will be of the form a into 10 power b, a into 10 power b form, where a lies in between, so a can be lie in between, so from 1 to less than 10, so it can include 1 also, so 1 less than or equal to a less than 10, and b can be any integer, right? So b can be any integer, whether it is positive or negative, you can consider anything, right? Now let us see the first question. So to solve these particular standard forms, so what we need to do is, if you observe this number, question number 1, so it is very small number, right? So how can you say that it is very small? Because it has a decimal point. Okay, so to write this in standard form, so what we need to do is, from the decimal point, so from this decimal point we need to move right side, we need to move to the right side until we get the first non-zero number, until we get first non-zero digit, right? So if you count the number of zeros after this decimal point, so when you are getting the first non-zero digit, so what is non-zero digit means? So other than 0 we need to get a digit, right? So here if you observe, 9 is the first non-zero digit that I am going to obtain. Now count the number of digits we have from the decimal point, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, right? So totally how many digits I have after the decimal point to get the first non-zero digit? So I need to cross 10 places, right? So whenever you are having, so whenever you need to reach that first non-zero digit, so I need to cover 10 places, right? So from that what I can say is, so this I can write it as 9.47 into 10 power, since this is containing decimal point, so I am going to get 10 power minus 10. So 9.47 into 10 power minus 10. So whenever the number is small, that means you are going to get negative power. Whenever a number is large, then you are going to get the positive power. Now moving on to question number 2. So here you can understand it clearly. Now since we don't have any decimal point, but whatever the thing that we want to represent, this a should be lying between 1 and 10, and a can be 1 also, right? Now see 5 4 3, so some number of zeros are given. So how many zeros are given? First once we count, so 2 4 6 8 and 9, so totally I have 9 zeros. Now if you want to represent this particular number in scientific notation or standard form, so what we need to do is, so first of all we need to determine so what number should be written. We need to get the value of a, so a should be lying in between this interval only. So here we can't directly take 543, right? So I can write it as 5.43, because this particular 5 is a number which lies in between. So this 5.43 is the number which lies in between 1 and 10, right? So into, since I have taken the decimal point after 5, right? So how many digits are there? First you count them and write here. So 10 power. So how many decimals are there? So already we have counted the number of zeros. They are 9, and this 4 and 3, if you add them, so 9 plus 2 is nothing but 11. So this answer is 5.43 into 10 power 11. So you need to understand this particular concept. So whenever you are having large number, you need to take the power as positive. Whenever you are having very small number, so you need to take the power as negative. Now if you observe this third question, so observe this third question. See 483, and after that we are having 5 zeros. Now 483 we can directly like, so we can take it as 4.83, because this particular range you need to remember. So 4.83. So you need to read after the decimal point each number as a digit, right? So 4.83. So after the decimal point, so since we have kept a decimal point after 4, so after 4 how many digits are there? So count that and write 10 power that much. So how much you will get? So already 5 plus 2, it is nothing but 7. So this I can write as 4.83 into 10 power 7, right? Next, question number 4. Now whenever you are having decimal point, that means you are having very small number. Clearly 10 power you will get negative. Now how much we are going to get? That we can obtain by getting the first non-zero. So where we are getting first non-zero? So we are getting first non-zero at 9. So we can write as 9.2. So 9.298. So count the number of places we have moved. So how many places we have moved? So we have moved 5 places. So I can write as 10 power minus 5. Okay. Next, the similar way you can directly tell the fifth one. So how many places I should move? So I need to move 5 places. So I can write as 5.29 into 10 power minus 5. So this is nothing but the scientific notation or the standard form of the given questions. So this is nothing but usual form to the standard form we have converted. The same way we can do it vice versa also, right? Let us see question number 2. So in this particular question, so we are going to discuss how to convert standard form to usual form, right? So in this question number 1, so what is given? So 4.37 into 10 power 5. So 4.37 into 10 power. So if you observe this, so after decimal point we are having 2 digits. So after decimal point we are having 2 decimal values, right? So along with those 2 decimal values we need to multiply with this 10 power 5. So then what we are going to get? So 4.37 into 10 power 5, I can write it as, so 437 into, this becomes 10 power 3. Since if you want to move this decimal point to right hand side, so first of all what we need to do, we need to multiply with 10 square, so that we are going to get 437 into 10 power 3. So 437 into 10 power 3, I can write it as 437 triple 0. So the answer is 437 triple 0. So likewise we are going to convert each and every question. So let us see question number 2. So what is given? So 5.8 into 10 power 7. So if you want to convert it into usual form, so first of all we need to remove this decimal point. So I need to shift this decimal point to right hand side. So How can I do that? I need to take 110 from this, then this becomes 58 into 10 power 6. So first of all, what we need to do, we need to remove these decimal points. So in this question, so since we are having two decimal places, so I have taken two tens, so 10 into 10, so because of that we got 10 power 3. So here, since after the decimal point we are having only one decimal, so to remove that decimal point, what we have done, 58 into 10 power 6. So I can write it as 58. So 10 power 6 means I am going to get 6 zeros. So this answer is nothing but 58000000. Right. Next, moving on to question number 4. See, if you observe, 3 questions are based on negative power, that means negative exponent, and 3 are in positive power. Right. So first of all, we will be doing all the positive powers, and after that we will move on to the negative powers. So question number 4. So question number 4. So what is given? 3.71529 into 10 power 7. See, after the decimal point, how many digits are there? So how many decimal places we have? 5. So first of all, we need to convert these. So I need to move this decimal point to right hand side. So how many places I need to move? I need to move 5 places. To move 5 places, I need to take 10 power 5 from this. That means, so when I take 10 power 5 from that, this particular number will become 371529 into power. So how much it is? 10 power 2, because 10 power 5 I have given to this particular decimal, so that it becomes 371529. Now what I am going to get? So 371529. So because of this 10 square, I am going to get 2 zeros at the end. Right. So this is nothing but converting standard form to usual form. Now let us see the third question. So 32.5 into 10 power minus 4. So 32.5 into 10 power minus 4. So since we have negative exponent, I need to convert this into positive exponent, into usual form. So how can I do that? So first of all, so what I can do? So 32.5 into 10 power minus 4. So how can I write this as? See, first of all, convert it into standard form. So how can I convert it into standard form? So I can write it as 3.25 into, so 32.5 into 10 power minus 4, I have written it as 3.25 into, so 32.5, if I write it as 3.25, then it becomes 3.25 into 10. That means one of the powers will reduce. So 3.25 into 10 power minus 3. So since it is in standard form, right, scientific notation form, so 3.25 into 10 power minus 3, 3.25 into 10 power minus 3. So since it is in scientific notation form, that means after decimal point, how many zeros should be there? So that will be depending on this power minus 3. So power minus 3 means my first non-zero exists at third position, right? That means I can write it as 0.2 zeros only, no? So after 2 zeros at the third position, I will get this 3. So I can write it as 0.00325. Okay. So since we are having 10 power minus 3, that means I will have 2 zeros after this decimal point, and at the third position I am going to have the first non-zero digit, right? Next, coming to question number 5. So you need to understand each and every question, right? So what is the given question? 3789 into 10 power minus 5. Is it in standard form? No, it is not in standard form. So first of all, we need to convert this into standard form. So what is the standard form of this? So 3.789. Since we introduced a decimal point, so this is nothing but a number 3789. So 3789. So this I have changed as 3.789. That means it has been multiplied with 10 power 3 into 10 power minus 5. So 3.789 into 10 power 3 into 10 power minus 5. I can write it as 3.789 into 10 power minus 2. So already we know how to convert this into standard form, 3789. So 3789 means, so you need to write the decimal point here. After the decimal point, how many digits are there? 10 power, that much we need to write, right? So 3.789 into 10 power minus 2. Now this is in standard form, right? So if this is in standard form, then this minus 2 will decide how many zeros will be there. So since we are having 10 power minus 2, that means we have only one 0, and after that we are going to get the first non-zero digit, which is nothing but 3. So this is nothing but 0.03789, right? So this is nothing but my usual form. Next, question number 6. Now moving on to question number 6. 24.36 into 10 power minus 3. So this is nothing but the given question, right? So first of all, you change it into scientific notation form first, because 24 is not valid. So I can write as 0.436 into, since I have moved one value to right side, so that's why I will get 10 power 1 into 10 power minus 3. Now I can write it as 2.436 into 10 power minus 2. So since we are having 10 power minus 2, so 10 power minus 2 means clearly you will have only one 0 after the decimal point. So 0.02436. So this is nothing but the usual form of 24.36 into 10 power minus 3. So here you need to understand that whenever you have a normal number, first of all you need to convert it into scientific notation form, right? If you want to convert anything into from scientific notation to usual form, then also you should see that the given number is in scientific notation form, right? Now if you observe, so if it is in scientific notation form, then if you are having any digits after the decimal point, so that many number of zeros will be reduced. So in this case, so if you observe 10 power 5 case, so since after the decimal point we have two decimal places, so because of those two decimal places, number of zeros have been reduced to 3. So from 5 it has reduced to 3, right? So if you are having this after the decimal point, if you are having numbers, so that many number of zeros will be reduced in the resulting answer. Whereas for negative exponents, so you need to see, so what you need to see here, so you need to convert the given number first of all into scientific notation form, and after that this power will decide after the decimal point how many zeros will be. So if you are having 10 power minus 3, that means you will have two zeros after the decimal point. Here you are having 10 power minus 2, that means you will have only one 0 after the decimal point. Okay, so this you need to understand. Next, moving on to few more questions. So you need to convert this into standard form. So standard form means nothing but scientific notation form. So first of all, size of bacteria, you know bacteria is very small in quantity, right? So under the microscope we can see it clearly, with naked eye we can't see, that's why, because its size is very small. So you need to convert this into its scientific notation form. So how can you convert? Since it is very small, so clearly we are going to get 10 power minus. So how much we are going, so that we are going to count now. So 2 zeros, 4, 6 and 7th position we are going to get the first non-zero, that means it is equal to 4 into 10 power minus 7 meters. So here units are very important. Next, red blood cells. So these also we can't see with our naked eye because they are very small. Now if you want to find this, so 2 zeros, 4 and 6. So at the 6th position we are going to get the first non-zero, then I can write it as 7 into 10 power minus 6 millimeters. Next, coming to speed of light. So you might have seen this particular figure, right? This particular figure in your physics or chemistry. Now since this is a large number, so you will get 10 power positive value only. So the units are meters per second. Now let us see what is the value. So since I need a 3, so 3 into, after 3 how many zeros are there, count it. So 2, 4, 6 and 8. So the velocity of light is nothing but 10 power, so 3 into 10 power 8 meters per second. So this you might have read in your science, right? Next, the distance between moon and the earth is 38446700 meters approximately. So here he has given approximate. Now we need to see. Now how can I write this as 3.844667, and after that whatever the zeros we have, we don't write because decimal point has started, so no need of writing the zeros, but we need to count those zeros. Now count the number of digits after the decimal point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So this I can write it as 10 power 8. So what are the units given? So those are given as meters. Now charge of an electron, so this is related to chemistry. Now how can I write this as? So first of all, what is the first non-zero? First non-zero is 1, so we can directly write it as 1.6 into. Now clearly it is very small, so you will get surely minus, but what value of minus, that we need to find it out. So count the number of zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Is that correct? So once again we are going to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17 and 1 we are getting at 18. So it is nothing but 1.6 into 10 power minus 18 coulombs. Okay, next, thickness of paper. So you might have seen paper, right? So paper will be having very small thickness. Now where I am going to get the first non-zero digit? So 1, so I can write it as 1.6 into, so count the number of digits after the decimal place. 1, 2, 3, so I can write it as 10 power minus 3 centimeter. Next, diameter of a wire of a computer chip. So you might have seen computer chips, so those are very small. Now first non-zero I am getting at 5, so 5 values are there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can directly write as 5 into 10 power 6 centimeters. So these are nothing but the standard forms of those particular things which we see in our day-to-day life, right? So these are nothing but the applications which we will have in our day-to-day life. Okay, next, moving on to one more question. See, so there are 5 books, he is telling, in a stack. So you might have so if you have seen a library, in library books are kept in a stacks, right? So keeping the books side by side is nothing but we call it as a stack. So there are 5 books, each of 20 mm thickness, and 5 paper sheets, each of thickness 0.16 mm. Right, now we need to find out the total thickness of this stack. See here, there are 5 books, each is having 20 mm thickness, 5 paper sheets which are having this much thickness. Then what I can do directly, the total thickness is nothing but, so each book is 20 mm, so 5 books, so 5 into 20 mm plus So 5 papers, each is having 0.016 mm. Now what I can do? So I can take 5 as common. So I can write as 20 plus 0.016, which is nothing but 5 into 20.016. So if you multiply, so with 5, so 5 6 are 30. So 3 is remained. So 5 ones are 5 plus 3 is nothing but 8. 5 zeros are 0, and after that these are 100. So this much millimeter of thickness is the stack, right? The stack is of this much millimeter thickness. So likewise we can simplify this particular problem, right? Next, Rakesh is a student. See, he solved some problems of exponents in the following way. So do you agree with the solutions? If not, why? Justify your argument. So Rakesh is a student, so he is learning exponents and powers, right? So he has done some problems by his own and he thought they are correct. So if you know, so you state whether they are correct or not. So if you say that it is not correct, then you need to tell the reason why it is not correct, right? So first question, so clearly what you know, so what is correct or not? So can you say that it is correct? So he has done all the problems wrong. So he has done all problems wrong, so that we know, but we need to say the correct ones. So already we know that x minus 3 into x power minus 2. So x power minus 3 into x power minus 2. So when bases are same, exponents will be added. So minus 3 plus of minus 2, which is nothing but x power minus 3 minus 2, which is nothing but x power minus 5. But what he has given? X power minus 6. That means what he did? He did multiplication in the powers. So that is the mistake that he did. But actually if he had done multiplication, that he should get plus 6. So that is also wrong. So what he has done is wrong. So what is the correct answer then? X power minus 5. So if you observe, so x power 3 by x power t is equal to x power 4. So is it correct? So what is the value of x power 3? So question number, x power 3 is nothing but x into x into x divided by x square means x into x. So since they are in numerator and denominator, so you need to get x, but what he has given? X power 4. So I need to get x power 1, which he has done wrong. Next, this third question. So it is in the form of a power m whole power n, no? So a power m whole power n means it should be written as a power m into n, but what he did? He has taken a power m whole power n, so which is his mistake. So we need to get x power 6, but he got x power 8, which is wrong. Next, question number 4. So if you observe question number 4, so x power minus 2. So we know a power minus n can be written as 1 by a power n. So I need to write it as 1 by x square. I need to write it as 1 by x square, right? But what he did? He has taken square root. So which was his mistake, right? Next, question number 5. So question number 5, 3 into x power minus 1. So power is only for minus 1. So that means 3 will be in the numerator. Only the thing that changes is this x. So this is nothing but the answer is 3 by x. But what he has taken? He has taken both into the denominator. That means all the 5 questions what he did are wrong. So what are those correct answers? So for the fifth one, answer is 3 by 6. For the fourth one, it should be 1 by x square. For the first one, it should be x power minus 5. For the second one, it should be x power 1. For the third one, it should be x power 6. So these are the correct answers. But whatever the things that he has done, so those are wrong, right? So this is the situation of each and every student, right? So while learning, so you need to be clear about each and every law of exponent and what we are applying. right? So Rakesh is not only the student who faces difficulty in solving the problems of exponents and powers. Okay, so most of the students, they get confused. See what you are doing, so that is very important, right? So please make use of the concept, and after that go with the problems with your imagination. Okay, so I hope you have understood all these problems, right? Let us see some more problems which are related to do these. So in your textbook you are saying do these problems, so you can simply do it, right? So you can write it as 3 power 7 plus 3, which is nothing but 3 power 10. Now how can you write this as 4 power 5? Because if you want to count, you can directly write it as 4 power 5. What about this? So 3 power 4 into 4 power 3, can you multiply directly? You can't. So you can directly take the values as 81. So 3 power 4 is 81 into 4 cube is 64, because you don't find anything common. So if you want to see the bases equal, so there is no possibility for bases to be equal. If you have exponents equal, so that is also not possible. Then what you can do is directly you need to simplify by taking 81 into 64, right? So these are all simple questions. Next, one more question. So already you know how to write the so what he has given, 16749.74.9 kilometers is the distance between Hyderabad and Delhi, right? So you need to express this in centimeters, and after that you express this in scientific form. So why we are discussing after the completion of this chapter means, because if you have overall idea, then we can do it easily, right? Now 1674.9 kilometers, you need to convert it into centimeters. So what is the value of 1 kilometer? So 1 kilometer means 1000 meters, and 1 meter means 100 centimeters. So from this what I can say, 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 into 1 meter means again 100 centimeters, no? So 100 centimeters. So I can write it as 10 power 5, because 3 zeros and 2 zeros. So 10 power 5 centimeters. So 1 kilometers means 10 power 5 centimeters. So from this, how can I write this as 1674.9 into 10 power 5 centimeters. Now what I need to do, I need to convert it into scientific form. So how can I convert it into scientific form? So I need to move this decimal point to here. So I need to move the decimal point to here. That means this I can write it as 1.6749 into points we have moved to left, so 3. So that means that 3 will be added to this 5. That means I can write it as 1.6749 into 10 power 8 centimeters, right? Next, one more question. So 10 power minus 10. So 10 power minus 10 can be written as 1 by 10 power 10. So it's simple. Next, one more. So find the multiplicative inverse of the following. So multiplicative inverse, if a power minus a, then what should be multiplied to make it 1? So what should be multiplied to make it 1? So that means this x value I need to find out. So x is equal to, so what I should multiply to this a power minus n, sorry, so what I should multiply a power minus n to make it, so 3 power minus 5 is there, what I should multiply to make it 1? So that means x is equal to 1 by 3 power minus 5, which is nothing but 3 power 5. That means 3 power 5 is the multiplicative inverse of 3 power 5. That means simply what we did, just if power is negative, then we have taken power as positive. So likewise you can simply say, no, 4 power minus 3 means 4 power 3, 7 power minus 4 means 7 power 4, 7 minus 3 means 7 power 3, x power minus means power n. Again, first of all you need to change it into standard forms of 4 power minus 3. So 4 power minus 3's multiplicative inverse is 4 power 3. Again this also, so 1 by 10 power 3 is there, so 10 power minus 3, its multiplicative inverse is 10 power 3, because this is nothing but 10 power minus 3, no? So this is 10 power minus 3, its multiplicative inverse is 10 power 3. So these things you need to understand, right? So whenever you are having power minus 5, that means its multiplicative inverse is power plus 5. Okay. Next, expand the following numbers using exponents. So one I will explain, the remaining you try to solve, right? Now I will be taking question number 3 and remaining you please try to solve, right? So 6540.305. now this is nothing but a number. If you want to write this in expanded form, so expanded form means, so it is nothing but 6 into 1000 plus 5 into 100 plus 4 into 10 plus 0 into 1, so 1 in the sense 10 power 0 plus 3 into 10 power minus 1 plus 0 into 10 power minus 2 plus 5 into 10 power minus 3. So this is nothing but using exponents. So here 1000 I can write it as 10 power 3, 100 I can write it as 10 power 2, so 10 power 1, 10 power 0. Likewise I can move on writing. So likewise you can write for the remaining questions. Okay, so this is nothing but expanding using exponents. So what is the final answer then we are going to get? So 6 power 3 plus 5 into power 2 plus 4 into 10 power 1 plus 3 into 10 power minus 1 plus 5 into 10 power minus 3. So this is nothing but the expansion of this particular question. So please try to solve the remaining 3 bits. Now all these things you can do it yourself, right? So do it yourself by using the conditions, right? So these also you can convert the things into its standard form. Okay, so these are also your do it yourself problems. So please try to solve each and every problem. Next, so these are also converting into scientific notation form. So all these are nothing but like practice. So thank you for watching. So continue watching these videos and keep learning. So thank you for watching the video.